Our vision at East Barnet School is based on our values. I want to learn and do the right thing.
I really like this school. It has a great community with people working together to do similar goals.
Doing the right thing, we believe in the power of kindness, community and respect.
So welcome to the English department. Obviously we're one of the most successful departments in East Barnet School and we have a range of options, particularly at A-level. They really like what we're doing here. And one of our main focuses is to enhance the skills the students come with, but also to make sure they have a real enjoyment of English and everything that we do.
Hello, welcome to East Barnet School Art Department. The department is a really creative, exciting place for students to work in. We offer a variety of different materials for them. It gives an opportunity for any student who are interested in art to further develop creativity, and we encourage all students to really get involved and be individual and to celebrate that.
We try to make the curriculum creative, exciting, engaging.
And wanting to learn, we see the power of growth mindset. We help students to see that failure should not be feared but learned from.
You know, music is my favourite department. I've been able to take part in so many concerts and it's meant that I could really improve my performance skills.
Hi, I'm Mr. Messios, Head of Drama. Drama at East Barnet School is brilliant. Lessons are practical, you have loads of fun, you learn lots of things, you develop skills in terms of communication, working together with other people, and you'll have a lovely time. We do amazing shows. Also, Year 7 have a drama club, and will do their own show at some point as well. Look forward to seeing you.
This is our school, this is East Barnet School. I will leave you where I started, reflecting on the things that we hold true, our philosophy, our values and our beliefs. I want to learn and do the right thing.
Good evening everybody, and a very warm welcome to East Barnet School. We are delighted that we are once again able to open up the doors and invite you into our wonderful school. It's amazing to have so many of you sat here in front of me, as well as those watching from the classrooms where these speeches are being streamed to allow for greater social distancing. Before I introduce the speakers on stage tonight, can I please ask you to ensure that your mobile phones are either switched off or turned on to silent. Thank you. My name is Miss Coffill and I'm a deputy head teacher here, and last year I had the most wonderful job and experience of overseeing the secondary transition and welcoming the Year 7s into our East Barnet family, many of whom will have been your tour guides tonight, which is remarkable when you think they have been here for less than 3 weeks. Whilst on the tour, you will have met our dedicated team of staff, seen some of the outstanding work our students have produced, and tasted the delights of our gourmet kitchen, as well as seeing some of the state-of-the-art facilities. But above all, we hope that you've been able to feel what a very special place East Barnet School is. Sometimes it's hard to put into words, so I'm going to quote a Year 7 who midway through his first day came and found me and said, "Miss, this school is great. I'm going to be really happy here." And that was the best school lunch I've ever had. Often it's the words of the students that give the greatest insight into what East Barnet is like and why it is so special. So I'm going to hand over to 4 of our fabulous students to tell you about their experiences and time at East Barnet School, starting with Jack in Year 8.
Hello, my name is Jack Huggy and I'm in Year 8. And I'm here to tell you that coming to East Barnet School will be one of the best decisions you have ever made. I joined East Barnet School during the peak of the pandemic, meaning that my secondary school experience didn't get off to the greatest of starts. The help and support of the staff meant we all got through it together. We've been taught to never give up on what we do and jump every hurdle until the finish. I promise you that it doesn't matter what your abilities are, East Barnet School will give you the best opportunities. All you have to do is take them. Use them and climb that fence, jump that hurdle, and you'll be the best version of yourself. As long as you can keep saying, "I can do this." And keep working to develop that growth mindset. At the school, as well as giving you the opportunity of a lifetime, we are all about kindness, giving future and present students a safe place to learn. No matter what your situation, the staff are here to help you. So don't be afraid to ask any questions to either your peers, the staff, or anyone else here at this school. Always ask questions, as it is the best way to learn and thrive here in the school and society. Our school motto is, "I want to learn and do the right thing." And by living by these values, previous and present students of East Barnet School are doing great things, and you can too.
Hi, I'm Natalia. I'm an East Barnet School student currently in Year 8. When I commenced in Year 7, I made a lot of new friends who helped me through COVID and the pandemic. Not only did my peers support and encourage me, but so did the kind staff who tried their hardest to teach our lessons. This revolves around the subject kindness. Kindness is important to all members of our school community as it promotes good behaviour. One small act of kindness can make a big difference. At East Barnet School, we focus on building and developing a growth mindset in several different ways. For example, persevering at any task the teacher presents to you, giving and accepting feedback, and using other people's success to develop your own learning. Our school offers a wide variety of subjects. I assure you that no matter what topic you're doing, you'll find it fun and exciting. I consistently come to lessons eager to learn, ensuring I contribute at least once by raising my hand, offering to help, or answering a question. This is because I plan on passing my GCSEs just like previous year 11s. Failing tests can only improve you for next time. This has contributed towards my academic achievements here at East Barnet School, and I will continue to work hard and make sure I reach my full potential. I want to be a chef when I leave school and would like to sign up for the Caribbean Cooking Club. What is your passion? Whatever it is, I can guarantee there are multiple clubs and subjects that can allow you to explore and pursue all your interests. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Adam Craig and I'm head boy here at East Barnet School. I wanted to speak to you tonight about my time here and why I think East Barnet is such a good place for you to grow and be successful. I think it best to put myself in your shoes, and for that I must cast my mind back 7 years to when I too was sitting here, listening to the head teacher and students speak. Achieving success in school was at the forefront of my mind at the time, as I'm sure it is for many of you now. I had taken the 11 plus exams and managed to gain entry into a couple of selective schools, and yet I chose East Barnet as the best fit for me, as the school where I believed I could excel most. I will explain why. First, my reasons for choosing East Barnet so long ago was our excellent building. A modern, single building is extremely well suited for learning and succeeding. It helps avoid confusion with class locations, and each of our classrooms are designed and decorated in a way that makes focusing and learning easy, both of which are crucial for succeeding academically. Second of all, every single teacher who I spoke to when visiting East Barnet for the first time was warm, friendly and passionate, and I hope this is something you have experienced tonight. I can say for certain that each teacher I've had over my years here has not strayed from how they were on that first visit. It can get hard at any school at times, no one will deny that. But here at East Barnet, every member of staff is willing and able to help you through any problems you face. Having teachers you can approach with questions, difficulties and issues is hugely important at school, both in terms of learning and well-being. And in my opinion, those are the two integral parts of succeeding academically. That is what the teachers here at East Barnet can help you achieve, learning and well-being, and with that comes academic success. Lastly, and chief among my reasons for choosing EBS when I was your age, was the school's atmosphere and ethos. I want to learn. It is everywhere in this school, not just written, but embodied by the students and staff. All the help, all the modern technologies we have here can spur you on to success, but the driving force will always be within you. It must be brought out and utilised correctly in order to reach your full potential, both academically and as a person. This can be difficult, but I truly believe that the culture of learning we've built here at East Barnet School is the best way to bring out this driving force within all of us and to create the best versions of ourselves. To want to learn is to succeed. Thank you for listening, and I hope you choose East Barnet as the next part of your journey.
Good evening to you all and welcome to East Barnet School. My name is Isabel and I'm a current Year 13 student and the head girl of the school. Around 7 years ago, I was once where you are right now, listening to speeches, still wearing my primary school uniform because I barely had time to change. I have attended this school ever since I joined in Year 7 and my experience here has unquestionably shaped who I am now. But I wouldn't be where I am if I had done this alone. There are so many supportive teachers here. They aren't just good at their jobs, they actually care about me too. They care about my academic progress, of course, my friendships and my mental health. And mental health is key to having a growth mindset. Encouraging students to develop growth mindsets is a big priority here. A growth mindset motivates students to never give up. It's so easy to accept failure, but to some, not persevering is a failure within itself. The difficult part is overcoming that failure. School can be stressful. All the adults here have been to secondary school before, so I'm sure you can understand. As you get older, there is only more and more learning. Of course, learning is beneficial. We learn new things all the time, regardless of our age or our stage in life. However, trying your best to learn, but still struggling to understand what you are learning is the problem. It can be so disheartening to repeatedly score low on tests, or to feel like you're the only person in a class of 30 who has absolutely no idea what the teacher is talking about. The expectations and responsibilities that are put onto us regarding exams can get increasingly overwhelming, which is why we think stimulating growth mindsets in young people is so vital. In Key Stage 3 and 4, there are many subjects to study at once, meaning a lot of good grades to evenly uphold. This is the case nationally for every student in every school. However, the way we promote growth mindsets ensures that students also value and appreciate their progress as well as individual achievements. Unfortunately, students can often label themselves as failures, but we're here to disprove that. Just because you performed badly doesn't mean that one unsuccessful experience determines who you are. It's not you. We endeavour to teach students that even considering test results, their character is still not defined by their grades, but by instead their nature, by their kindness and their respect for others, their drive to learn and to be honest and selfless. Speaking from experience, our surroundings will always have an influence on the way we think and feel. EBS strives to be a place of positivity inside the classroom and out. The quality of our grades is meaningful to all students here, but good grades will be harder to obtain without a growth mindset, and a growth mindset will be harder to achieve without a good mental health, and a good mental health will be harder to maintain if we are not surrounded by optimistic and compassionate people. Every one of these things link together, which is why we show our students that bringing out the best in others can bring out the best in themselves. Having a kind community is central to success, and East Barnet School will always uphold that value. Thank you.
It's not easy to stand up here in front of so many people, and they were absolutely fantastic. A very tough act to follow, but the next two speeches will be from our senior deputy head teacher, followed by our head teacher.
A very tough act to follow. Good evening, I am Mr. Hunt, the Senior Deputy Head Teacher at East Barnet School. Thank you so much for coming in during quite a difficult time, because it is totally different to be able to be in the building and actually feel the atmosphere. As you would have heard from the pupils, we are a school which promotes kindness and empowers students through growth mindset to be the best version of themselves. Here at EBS, our purpose is very simple. We develop lifelong learners who excel academically. We could see this by our exam results. Since 2018, the school has changed direction and focus and has made substantial improvements. As you could see, our Progress 8 started off at negative 0.14 at the start of our journey, which is pretty much average. We've made some substantial strides over the years, and we've increased that to a positive 0.41, which is above average. This has been achieved through dedication from staff, motivation and hard work from the students, and we've also changed our curriculum model to allow significantly more time in every single subject. We've also introduced disruption-free learning, so there is no time wasted in the classroom. We are firm but fair, just like a loving parent, and we have extremely high expectations of the children, and we support them to be successful. The success for our students doesn't stop there. Our A-level results are exceptional. We have been ranked in the top 10% of all schools nationally, and we are currently the best state school provider of A-levels in Barnet. I'm just going to say that again to rub it into to the other schools. We are the best, currently the best state school provider for A-levels in Barnet. Every student that wants to go to university does secure a place if they go to EBS, and the number of Uxbridge students have increased over the last 4 years, year on year. We know that exam success, like we've heard from the students before, is not the only thing we care about. Here at EBS, we develop the whole person by building their character. We support them socially, emotionally, and mentally. In March 2020, you would have seen on the screens, we won the Carnegie Mental Health Award. It's our commitment to staff and students. We also have mindfulness, on-site counseling, and we work with external agencies like iHeart to develop students' resilience. We've also been part of the Wellbeing Warriors scheme, where we train sixth formers to work and support with younger pupils, and we have an excellent transition program as the young people in front of us transition into secondary school. We give students a wide variety of extracurricular opportunities, from Duke of Edinburgh to football to dance to film school, where students act in and direct their own short movies. Just this weekend, their short films were shown in the Curzon Cinema in Mayfair. And again, I don't want to compare too much to other schools, but I think we did much better. Might be a little biased. We support students to be the best version of themselves by focusing on our core value, do the right thing. Our students enjoy being at school, and they feel safe. We know this because in a recent survey, 97% of the students noted that they felt safe and they had somebody to talk to. But that wasn't good enough for us, so we wanted to look at that 3% that didn't indicate that on the survey, and we had individual conversations to make sure that they found someone that they felt comfortable to talk to. This is just one example of how we go over and above to make sure that we show the students that we really do care for them. One student summed it up much better than I could, and she said this: "Thank you for your unwavering belief in me. This school has helped to shape me and allow me to grow into the person I believe my 12-year-old self would be proud of. I'm so honored to have spent my years here and will be genuinely sad to see EBS transition in my past." Thank you very much.
It's such a privilege to stand before you today. It's especially poignant. Try that again. It's especially poignant following the last 2 years that we've been all able to come together, and events like this feel all the more special. There are families who've been here many times before. I recognise lots of faces, but there are also lots of new faces too. You are all very welcome. I am Leanne Swain, the very proud head teacher of this wonderful school. You can see why I'm proud. Hearing our students talk so fondly about our school and to articulate what we stand for in such a way really does make me feel incredibly privileged. I remember walking through the doors to the school for the very first time. It was a sunny, crisp November day, not too dissimilar to today. I was coming to the school as part of an interview process. I was quite relaxed. As being very honest, I didn't want the job here. I had my heart set on another school, but thought that the interview and feedback would be good practice for me. I walked in, and I remember being caught off guard by the tangible warmth and the buzz that I felt. I was wowed by the aesthetics, the view from the library, the facilities. I could feel myself feeling more and more intrigued. I was definitely curious, but my mind was full with ideas for the other school. As the tour progressed, I met students and staff. I was told of the amazing drama performances, taken to the cycle track, spoken to about the author, artist, and designer in residence programs, and I heard about the first all-girls robotics team. I hadn't seen anything like that in any school before. I was really impressed. But I am pragmatic and I'm a planner, and I had been researching the other school for months. I'd met key members of staff. It was a school where I'd planned to work, and I even relocated my family and home in preparation. But the more I saw here, the less any of that mattered. East Barnet School is an exceptional place. It's a place of relentless ambition, positivity, and optimism. It's a place that captivated my heart, and I knew that day when I walked out that I simply had to work here. The other school went out the window. As you may know, I have recently returned from maternity leave, and coming back after being away is so powerful, especially today. It would be my grandma's birthday. My grandma, my nan, was my absolute inspiration growing up. The students know that. I talk about her a lot. And she is the reason I believe I'm here today. Walking into the school for the first time, and again, when I returned from maternity leave, reminded me of her. Like all the adults in this building, she believed in working hard. She believed in determination. She believed in the power of education, and she ferociously believed in kindness, in caring for others, and always doing the right thing. And she coupled all of this with a real sense of fun. This is what I know you will see when you walk around our wonderful school. You will see a desire to learn, you will see kindness and respect, and you will see lots of fun too. Whilst much of this happens in lessons, you'll see it in the clubs and trips. This year already, we have 47 clubs on offer, and we're only 3 weeks into the term. This school is my second home, and I love being here. So much so that there was nearly a very awkward moment last October, and I have been considering if it's appropriate to actually tell 1,000 people, but here we are. My waters broke, and I was standing right over there in the auditorium, and I thought I was going to have the baby here in school. I went straight to hospital and my son was born. He is truly wonderful. But the reason I mention him is because he reminds me every day that every child in my school and every child in this room has a family who loves and cares for them and who wants the very best for them. Every day when I drop him off at nursery, I hope there is someone there who looks out for him the way I know my teachers look out for the children here. I saw a Year 7 sitting by themselves at lunch, and without prompting, I saw a teacher go and sit with the child. She orchestrated for a group of students very subtly to sit with this young lady. Every day since, she has sat with that group and has made new friends. I saw a teacher help a young man after PE. He was desperately trying to do his tie. "I didn't wear a tie in primary school, sir," he said frantically. The teacher calmly placed the tie around his own neck and talked him through the most effective tie-tying method. Then slipped it back off and handed it to the young man so he could slide it over his own head, tighten it up, and off he went, very pleased with himself. He can now tie his own tie using this apparently very secret method. But even more heartwarming is that our students behave in the same way. I've watched our Year 11s helping the Year 7s to navigate the one-way system, sixth formers helping at clubs to motivate and inspire the children, and Year 9s chatting to the Year 7s at lunch to make them feel welcome. Last week, a Year 7 told one of our assistant heads, "I was never happy at school until I came here." I must say that got a lump in my throat. Now don't get me wrong, the pupils aren't always completely perfect, and nor are we. But that's okay. They make mistakes, and we're here to help them learn from their mistakes. We have the highest expectations of and for them. We support the children to meet those expectations, and of course there are sanctions if they don't meet them. But like Mr. Hunt said, like a loving parent, we are firm but fair, and the students feel it. It is our fairness and understanding of young people which helps build the relationship between student and teacher. It helps strengthen the community feel which we are so proud of. In short terms, we value kindness. Your children become our children. We look after them, we care for them, and we help them to achieve. Well-being and our approach to mental health is award-winning. We have a sensory room and visiting rabbits that you might have seen today, which act as therapy animals to help children when they need some support. We are a truly inclusive school. We cater for students irrespective of their starting point, their passion, or their talent. With respect to achievement, we are here to ensure that students become lifelong learners and develop our I want to learn philosophy. We focus on 3 things: motivation, growth mindset, and hard work. We give them confidence to believe in themselves and show them with hard work anything really is possible. In order to display this, the best thing I can do is talk about the students. To start with, I'll mention 2 of our Oxbridge students from last year. I emailed them and asked them if they could tell me a few words that I could speak to you all about. The first one said, "In Year 10, I was lucky enough to go on a school trip to Oxford University. I remember the teacher asking me what I thought, and boldly I said, 'It's nice, sir, but I don't think it's for me.' One day, I then heard an older pupil talk about receiving all 9s in her GCSEs and all A stars in her A-levels, and so I knew it was possible, even from someone in a state school like ours. And I wanted to be next and follow in her footsteps, and that's just what I did. My teachers had faith in me and gave me the idea to apply to Oxbridge. I thank all my teachers at East Barnet School. Without them, I never would have recognised the potential within me to achieve so highly. Their constant support, motivation and care made my journey possible." The other student echoed similar thoughts. The continuous support received at East Barnet School played an undeniably huge role in my university journey. Perhaps most significant to me is the confidence it helped me gain. Applying for something as intense and competitive as medicine at Cambridge can initially feel incredibly daunting, but the sheer number of resources paired with the overall guidance provided by the staff helped build faith in myself. I always felt there was someone there to help me when I needed it. It was then wonderful to receive an email from this student's parent letting me know that her daughter is still displaying our I want to learn values. It said, "In her first year exams, my daughter was ranked first. I told her to check again if it was a typo. It wasn't. She was ranked first out of 283 Cambridge medical students, I knew you'd want to know. And of course I did. I was bursting with pride. We adore our children, and hearing they are being successful and securing their dreams is an absolute privilege. Some of my favourite moments are when our two values come together. I want to learn and do the right thing. The third student I will mention is a young man who attended DT and robotics club from an early age. He used to go fishing at the weekends and noticed there was a large increase in litter polluting the lake he was fishing in. He said, "I could see it was in my local area, but it was when I realised that it was an international problem, and I realised that few people had attempted to develop an easy solution that caused little disturbance to the body of water, I knew I had my challenge." So he utilised his knowledge acquired from learning and designed the amphibious waste removal device. It is essentially a robot which can move between land and water and collect litter. It was so innovative that the company Tideway, who are working on tunnelling the Thames, have been interested in his idea. The robot has won 8 awards, including the British Army Humanitarian Aid Prize, Tideway, London Sustainability Prize, and impressively, it won the Engineering University STEM Challenge, even though the student wasn't actually at university yet. I asked his teacher to speak about him. He said, he joined robotics in Year 8 after being inspired by his sister's team, the first all-girls team I mentioned earlier. He fell in love with robotics and even competed at the VEX Robotics World Championship in California after being national champion several times. He grew into an exceptional student and was a fantastic role model for his peers. Robotics released a mountain of confidence in him and enabled him to find his niche within design technology and engineering. I really hope you got a chance to see his robot as it was on display here tonight. There are so many students I wish I could tell you about. We have 1,400 individual people with their own personalities and strengths, but I will settle on 4. The final one I will tell you about is a current Year 13 student. She's recently been accepted into the National Youth Music Theatre. It's like being selected for the England under-21s for musical theatre. She is an unassuming student with a passion for performance and a quiet determination to succeed. She is the embodiment of the student who's taken all the opportunities we have to offer here. She's thrown herself into extracurricular activities, performing in every musical concert and every school show since Year 7. She has a hunger to improve, enjoy, and excel, and she has done precisely that. After her initial National Youth Music Theatre production was cancelled in summer 2020, we all know COVID did that to lots of things, she resiliently auditioned again and was cast in a principal role in the world's premiere of a new musical. Today, we are happy that she is to take on the lead role of Dolores Van Cartier in this year's EBS Whole School Musical Sister Act. Watch this space. Please come and see it and remember her name. I genuinely could talk about all students and all subjects here, but we simply don't have the time. But what I do know is that with the right conditions for learning, anything really is possible. And I know that young people have an extraordinary capacity for creativity, innovation, and learning when they have the right self-belief and when they feel safe and secure, happy and cared for. Our pupils achieve the highest accolades, but they do not only leave with fabulous results, but a well-rounded character too. How exciting to think that sitting before us here today, like the other EBS students who have gone before you, we have future Oxbridge graduates, doctors, lawyers, pilots, engineers, artists, sports stars, TV presenters, and young people involved in jobs that haven't even been invented yet. Starting Year 7 this year means you'll retire about 2090, and we simply have no clue what that world will be like. But it is our aim to develop a desire for learning so that you are fully prepared for that world, whatever it may be like. To conclude, I thank you for listening, I'd like to finish with an extract from a letter from a parent which I received just this September. I wish to write to you to express my immense thanks and gratitude to you and all your staff. My son has just completed his A-levels, and he, as I do, feel he achieved the very best results. I had 2 children attend East Barnet School, both very different, but the school brought out the best in both of them. The school was very much a safe place for my children, and I can think of countless examples of the care that they received. I feel that their success has not just been due to their efforts, but the care and diligence of so many staff. I feel my children have received an all-round education. They were taught the facts, but also the things that mattered in life. Care for others, honesty, integrity, and kindness. They made friends and had fun, and as a parent, I could not ask for anything more. Well, on receiving that as a head teacher, I could not ask for anything more. This letter epitomises everything we stand for. We will care for your children, we will look after them, and we will create the best conditions for them to excel academically and creatively. But we do also develop the whole person and support the development of their character. We're entrusted with young people's lives. Their education is in our hands. They are our responsibility and our legacy. They only get one shot at their education, and we know we need to get it right. If you choose to come to East Barnet School and you're lucky enough to get a place, I know your association with our school will be a long and happy one. Thank you so much.
So just a few words about the admissions process. Applications are available now online and have been open since the 1st of September. The deadline for applications is the 31st of October, and it's really important that you meet that deadline so that you don't miss out on your first choice school. You'll then receive your offer on the 1st of March, and you have until the 15th of March to accept that offer. So to finish this part of the evening, I want to say that I know how difficult it is in selecting a school for your child, and it is a big decision. And in 2 years' time, and I can't quite believe I'm saying that, I will be sat where you are now, as my son will be in year 6. And the biggest compliment that I can pay East Barnet School is that without hesitation, East Barnet School will be at the top of my list. Because I've seen what happens here, and this is the secondary school experience I want my own child to have. So if you would like to come and view the school in full action and see our lessons and see the students demonstrating our I want to learn and do the right thing ethos, then please email tours@East Barnet School and we will arrange for you to come and have a visit. We want the rest of your evening to be as enjoyable and as COVID safe as possible. And I thank you for all you've done so far this evening with your mask wearing, following our one-way system and having your temperature taken. We ask now that if you are going to exit and leave, you do so via the back 2 doors and up the central stairs out onto level 3. If there are still parts of the school that you wish to visit, or a particular staff member that you want to speak to, then please remain seated and we will reallocate a guide. The senior leadership team will be available if you have any general questions, and subject staff are still in their faculty areas. Finally, please don't forget to return your competition cards to the box on the way out. Thank you and have a very safe journey home.